Mari-mari kombuche, mari-mari fulania, mari-mari ubeni. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your attendance this morning. Welcome to the second edition of the English and Business Day, organized jointly by the Business Administration Program and the Language Center of the Universidad Católica de Temuco.
We would like to extend a special welcome to Mr. Juan Pablo Vega Frey, Dean of the Faculty of Economic and Administrative Sciences, Mr. Gerardo Márquez Rondón, Vice Dean of the FCJEA, Ms. Jimena Weinberg, Vice Dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities, Mr. Enrique Miguel Mamella, Director of Community Engagement, Mr. Patricio Saavedra Espinosa, Director of the Department of Economic and Administrative Sciences, Mr. José Miguel Contreras Enriquez, Head of the Business Administration Program, and Mr. Juan de Valle, Director of the Language Department. We also greet the faculty, special guests, and students present. To begin, Mr. Juan Pablo Vega Frey, Dean of the Faculty of Economic and Administrative Sciences, will talk to us about the idea behind this activity.
Good morning, everyone. Special guests, dear students, and dear colleagues. Congratulations for being here and making this English and Business Day possible. It's a great pleasure for me being here today. in this important and significant activity. I really mean it. It's not just what you have to say as a team when inaugurating a seminar. It's a real pleasure to see all of you working and speaking in English, showing and putting into practice what you have learned. Last year, I attended the Business and English Day, though I did not give a speech as I'm doing it now, but I left this auditorium very impressed with the students' performance. In our professional life, we need to interact with a lot of people, not all of them Chileans or Spanish speaking. So knowing a second language opens us literally the doors of the world. Today, English is the international language. As it was Latin or French in the past, maybe in the future it will be Chinese or another one. We don't know, but today it's English. So we have to learn English. We have to practice English. This allows us to interact with millions of people. We need to, as I said, learn and practice. One thing is to read. Maybe some of you read papers in English. More difficult is to understand when someone else speaks, especially if he or she has an accent that is new to us. Americans, Brits, Indians, or Australians speak differently. I confess for me, Indian is the hardest accent to understand. I recall once in a conference, there was the president of the Indian Supreme Court, and they were giving this audio help for translating. I said, I don't need it. But when he starts speaking, I went out and put my fingers because I didn't understand what he was saying. Well, Australians give some trouble as well. Today you will hear some presentations about Australians, so beware about that. Professor Rojas is going to give a presentation. I hope you can understand him. He's so Australian. Well, one thing is reading, listening, but maybe the hardest practice to speak. The only way to learn how to speak is speaking. It's like riding a bike. You just learn by doing. There is no other way. That is why I value so much this initiative. So use this opportunity, make questions to the speakers, and talk among you. I encourage you to take advantage of this English and Business Day, enjoy it, and learn a lot. Good luck, and again, congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Juan Pablo Vigafé. To continue, Mr. José Miguel Contreras Enriquez, head of the Business Administration Program, will talk to us about the idea behind this activity. Please come forward, head of the business program.
Sorry. Dear students, distinguished professors, and estimated guests, it is a true honor to welcome you to this very special event, where academia and the business world come together to inspire and motivate the next generation of business leaders. Today, we gather to explore the vast opportunities and challenges that the business world offers to our talent undergraduate business student of our program. I would like to start by thanking all of you for your presence. Your enthusiasm and dedication are essential to the success of this event. To our students, I want to acknowledge your constant effort to learn and grow. To our professors, for your guidance and unwavering support, and to our guests for sharing your valuable experience and knowledge with us. This event is an excellent opportunity for you, our students, to connect with industry professionals, learn from their experience, and start building a network that will be invaluable throughout your careers. We have a program file with inspired lectures, practical workshops, and panel discussions addressing current and relevant topics in the field of business. I encourage you to make the most of this opportunity. Participate actively, ask questions, and do not hesitate to share your ideas and aspirations. This is your moment to explore, learn, and establish connections that can open doors in the future. Remember that the knowledge and skills you acquire here will not only help you in your professional careers, but also enable you to contribute significantly to something. As a future business leader, you have the power to innovate, create, and lead with integrity and responsibility. Once again, welcome to this event. I am confident that will be a enriching and memorable experience for all. Thank you for being here, and I wish you the greatest success in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Contreras, for your words. The first presentation is by Tere Vasco. Tere has a background in business and coaching, and in 2017 moved to Australia to focus on learning English and exploring the education sector.
Since then, she has helped hundreds of Latin American students through her work as a student agent and co-founder of Alpha Jobs Group, which supports international students with study programs, job search coaching, and migration services. Please join me in welcoming Tere, who is in Melbourne, Australia.
Well, everyone, I don't know, you see me in the in the screen because I am watching now straight away all auditorium. Could you see me? Can you hear me correctly?
Yeah.
Please don't sign. Okay, so thank you so much for this invitation. It's really amazing for me, consider it as a inspiration for all students today in this auditorium. As I said earlier, my name is Tere, or my name is Teresa, but I just in Australia always short every day, every last name, and I prepare a presentation for show you my journey in this experience with jumping to the Spanish speaker and English speaker, and how can I use your language or the English as a superpower. Okay, I will try. Let me know you can see correctly, please. I think you can see correctly, right? Okay, I start with the English and Spanish because many people think only when you study in the uni, even if you finish only the high school, speaking Spanish is just the best. But if you speak English, definitely you can find a better quality of the life, a best job when you speak another language because it's like a passport. Okay, so here I prepared the summary of the introduction. First, I speak who I am. I will explain my Chilean context, how was my journey, how you can certificate the level English, because this is very important, how the English impact in my professional growth. I would like to debate with you about the myth and actionable advice, and finally, invite you to get in touch. So my name is Teresa Bascuñán Ibarra, but all people know me as Adele Bascu. I just arrived in Australia in 2018, and I consider a sociable person and curious because always I love to learn new things. My great passion is, of course, great networking in Australia of the Latin American people or the Latin community. It's not it's not the biggest community, but it's one of the most, I think, cooperate each other and always helping. So it's really helpful when you belong some group. Of course, I love that the makings always things back. I study a bachelor degree in business administration that all the students today in the auditorium. In Chile, I used to be working for almost like 50 years in leading high performance team in technology, and my majority time was working in cybersecurity. About my Chilean context, this is the picture when just finished my school. It was many years ago. And then, when finished the school, or the cuarto medio, or high school, let's say in Australia, I think, okay, I will eat all the work. I think I can do everything. With a lot of energy, because I practice a lot of sport, and a high performance in the school, maybe I finished with the first 20% of the good students, and then I pursued a technical degree because I couldn't start immediately in the university for different reasons. And then, finally, when I finished my degree, technical degree, I started studying a bachelor degree in administration or business or ingeniería comercial that you say in Chile, or administración de empresas. This is one of the, I think, the first or second day in the uni when feel like, feel the collagen. A lot of people join more than me, but feel really happy. When finally passed the old years of my degree, I finished my degree and said, okay, is everything okay? I go to a new job or promote in the job when I used to be working, because I working and studying all the time. If you don't have to do work and you want to study, you feel really blessed, because if your parents do a really big effort, because they pay for you, or if you study with credit. When I used to be working, I never had access to the credit, so I always pay every month majority part of my salary. And part of my dear fellows, or my compañeros de curso, still today one of the best friends, because always support each other in all contexts. When studying the uni, we didn't use ChatGPT or didn't use artificial intelligence, so we feel really proud because we did a lot of effort to study and work. When I started my pathway to the professional corporate life, I've been really struggling with English. So this picture is only one month difference, but this picture for me means a lot, because in the picture in the right side, it's about the networking, international networking, by this is in Spanish, but also international networking of the mujeres influyentes, or the influenced women. I met a lot of people, or a lot of women, incredible, but guess what? I can speak with them for more than 10 minutes because my level of English was basic. And I felt really bad. I said, oh my God, I need to really improve my English. Because when I started in the school, or high school, primary or high school, I remember I had only 2 or 4 hours per week for studying English. But sometimes I am not going to the class because I feel really bored. So regret about this my behavior when I was young, because this make really big difference when you really speak fluently than when you only can basic sentence or explain something in the past of something like you're doing at the moment or the old things that you want to do in the future. And the other picture with my first iPhone, I bought with a lot of effort in my first salary. That was really bad because in that picture, I received the news of my boss because I have a promotion. But this promotion, I couldn't really get it because my level of English was not enough. Yes, what happened is those days, my boss fired me. Fired me not because my performance in the company was not bad, was not good. It's because he wanted to impulse me to go and grow in my career. So he told me, you will use the money from your compensation and go and fly to another country and speak English most fluent as you can do it. So I prepared all my trip, around maybe 6 months prepared, and guess what? I need to show you some song, because this is the typical song when someone speaks about Australia. I think maybe you listen. It's the Down Under. Really. Now, this is a typical song, but someone wants to speak about Australia. Why Australia? You know, another country, US, or another, or maybe England, or Malta, or I don't know, or maybe Ireland is another typical destination. It's because many of my friends have been here with working holiday visa, with student visa and skill visa, and they're recommending Australia because it's specific Melbourne, to the specific Melbourne because it's a cultural storage in many things. So this picture, if you realize, I am the only Latin people because all the other my friends is from Thailand, from Taiwan, from China, from Japan, from Vietnam, and different countries of Asia. For me, was the best option for learning English because their accent is absolutely different than we speak, for example, in Latin America, because it's more influenced for American English. But here in Australia, we are more influenced with the British English. My teacher, Patrick, was an amazing. So here I put different things that I did for improve my English. So the first things that you need to know is when you go to study English in the school, is every day, Monday to Friday, 4 hours per day. So you study 20 hours per week, but the part you transport is in English. When you go to the buy a coffee is in English. When you go to the supermarket, the doctor, all your routine is in English. So you are immersed completely in English. The other thing, I changed completely my computer, my laptop, smartphone, everything in English because my brain should be forced to learn all time in English. Of course, I always recommend listen podcasts or radios or watching movies in English. If you need to use the subtitle in English, much better. Or if it's really hard for you, maybe use the subtitle in Spanish. But at least you need to practice a lot the listening. The listening, I think, of the Latin people, specifically for Chilean, I think the most difficult part for the learner is writing. So for this reason, I recommend read a book, 1 or 2 per month, completely in English. The other practice I do is journaling. The journaling is like write in your diary or in your agenda every day, your daily activity. For me, this is improve a lot the writing. This is the typical band in IELTS low because the people is less activity than you do it in English. Whenever possible, expose yourself to English without fears. of making mistakes. Why? Because if you do, someone correct you. Or only you say, ask for clarification and say, sorry, I did this, but maybe it's the other way. Could you tell me if I did correctly? Or will you never, never, never forget this correction? And of course, practicing with native speaker. Today, my husband is Australian, so I have to speak every day in English and fight with it in English. I feel really proud about this. After 12 months studying English, I graduated. Of course, I didn't reach my advanced level, but at least I reached the upper intermediate level. The upper intermediate level is like 5.5 or 6.0 in IELTS, if you have some idea, in 1 year. Why I think you is the best option for you certificate your level of English. In Australia, the most common certificate for certificate your level is IELTS in the first position. The second is the PTE. I need to clarify the IELTS. In Australia, we use academic for when you need to study in the uni, in technical studies. And PTE always is academic. So these two kind of the test is the most acceptable in the universities. Of course, TOEFL and Cambridge as well, but it's not very common in Australia, but these two is the most usable in Australia. How the English was impact in my life or in my professional life. I used to be working as a student agent for at least for 5 years, and now today I work in Japan, but used to be working for an employee in a company with my colleague from Brazil, from Finlandia, from China, from Taiwan, from Italy, from French, so different countries. So the only thing in common is speak English. So thanks or due to my content created in my social media, one of the account in Instagram is very Basco. The government of Australia asked me if I want to work with them as an ambassador for share information with Latin American community. So I used to be working with them 2 years. So the period of the project was 22 and 23. If you check in Study Out official data, is the Study Australia official social media for them. You can see all information and you can see my nice posts. Of course, they are in Spanish. With them, participate as well with the immigration officers in webinars, and we did as well in streaming live in Zoom for different kind of the people in Latin America. It was an amazing job with them because the exposition, of course, with the other colleague or the other was really, really amazing. Many content creators asked me, what do you think? How they, the typical thing is how they pay. But the government of Australia pay really well. But it's not this only working with them. It's because they can choose many other content creators with more followers than me. But they love my spirit that we share information. I'll always use the official source for check information and always check the information when it's secure. Not about, oh, maybe no. The other interesting things I did my first years in Australia, I participated in the radio, in the program. I felt really fearful about this because I love the radio. And as well, I love to write, I love to write poems. So I participated in the collective book. The name is A Voz Limpia, and I wrote a beautiful poem for my husband. In those times was my fiancé. And I was invited the Lord Mayor of Melbourne, Talib Brad, and she in those times, the Lord Mayor is the equivalent like alcalde in Chile. So she invited me because I am influenced person in the Latin communities for he mentioned, and it was a really amazing job as well with her. And participate as well in different kinds of webinars and lives with another creators. Today, I would like to say the banking myth and actionable advice for everyone. The banking means how, for example, how to address common fears and myths, because many people fear to speak English in public. I think you don't need to be perfect. Only you need to be understood. If you understand that the people speak, you can express well. It's important, of course, practice every day. Rather than memorizing grammar, the goal for you should be communicated. And the advice I would like to do everyone, related with the student life, of course, is please utilize the university resource. You have an amazing resource with the language center. Try to use, because Melissa shared with me that all activities you do, like for example today with English activity, all English. And the other thing is the change program. The change program is really amazing experience for the international student. I used to be working as a student agent and create, for example, the old program for the change program to the student. And even the student Australian want to study in Chile or in other universities in Brazil. Connect your why to your personal and professional goals. It's important what do you like, or what do you want in your life, and what is your why? What do you want to do? And the last thing is join English speak clubs or groups. Of course, this you can do online, or maybe you can do presentially. Now, without COVID, of course, it's important the physical contact with the people, but it's a lot of apps. I'm sharing my social media many resources for you can practice English. For example, Duolingo is free. I don't know why many people don't use it. But please use it. We can follow you and follow me in Duolingo. And of course, let's keep in touch. This is all my social media where you can contact me, as well as my websites, televasco.com. And let me know if you want to, I don't know, Melissa, if someone wants to do some question, maybe about how difficult it could be coming to study in Australia. I don't know, whatever question everyone wants to do, I'm happy to answer.
Are there any questions? Okay, there is one question.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Not really clear, maybe loud.
Tere, can you hear me?
Yes, now yes.
Okay, we have a question. So, give us a second.
I stopped to share the presentation. I don't know if you can see in the screen.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hi, my name is Antonia. Well,
Antonia,
yeah, I want to.
nice to meet you.
Me too. I really want your. Oh, sorry, I really like your presentation. I want to say something and I want to advise something. Because I did a work and travel in summer, and I understand something, and I want to read it in Spanish if I can later. Because something we didn't think is we can try to speak in English. Well, what I did is think it in Spanish and then try to translate. And this is the most
Okay.
hard thing. You don't have to do this. It's most easy when you just think in English and talk in English. And the question is, with which visa did you take it to go there? Or, because now you're, you have the nationality because for your husband, right?
No, I started process to validate my career because in Australia you can validate your career not only for your title or your degrees. You can validate for your occupation, the things you did with your job, that do for your degree. So I started process. In the meantime, I started process. My English was not enough because they was 7.0 in IELTS. I couldn't get 7.0 in 2021. And, and now I did, but in those moments I couldn't. And in those times, my husband, he proposed me to marry. We started the process with the foreign visa. And when I came to Australia, I came with a student visa for just 500. It's the student visa, you can study from 4 months until maybe 3 years, depending on the duration of the program. And you can work in as well for 24 hours per week or 48 hours per every 2 weeks.
So you had to go with a visa.
Yes, a student visa, exactly.
Thank you.
Yes, it's only not many countries when you speak English have the permission or allowed to work in. For example, in Canada, you only can work if you study a master, English course. Tourism is an important destination for international students once you do the English level. Either working holiday visa, I work everyone can really feel all the requirements. They can start 4 months English if they want. Working holiday visa or working full time is really, really different.
Are there more questions?
Sure. Yeah, well, it's, I don't know.
Maybe the way, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. Ignatius here, and professor in the program. I have a question maybe to guide our students. Can you provide some kind of skills or maybe job related abilities that maybe we can endorse here in the program, or what maybe they can start working on it right now to maybe in the future move into Australia? Thanks.
So in Australia, you can find a list of the skill program. So the skill program is a list for more than 494 occupations. And this occupation is university degrees, but the most important thing in Australia is not the degree, it's the occupation. So for you, for example, if the people in auditorium is a student of the Ingeniería Comercial, because Ingeniería Comercial you say here, not please don't translate commercial engineer. That's the exist in Australia, or maybe in another country, but not here. So I received many CVs or resume with this translation is wrong. You need to say bachelor degree in business administration. If you study for example, this career, you can work in as a data analytics, you can work in, for example, in ICT business analysis. This is one of the most difficult occupation for a student of administration of business. They can work in as a administration, for example, contract. You can lead marketing areas, you can lead human resource area, and sales areas as well, commercial area. But you have many options for all students. The most important thing when you want to move to Australia with your career, if you have at least 3 years of experience and good level English, at least 7.0 in IELTS.
Thanks.
I'm happy to answer more.
Okay, I don't think there are more questions there, so we thank you very much for your presentation and your time. It's been a pleasure. So please, let's give her a final round of applause, please.
It's midnight here. It's in the future. It's just Thursday.
Now, we are excited to welcome Christian Rojas, who will share his personal and academic journey pursuing a PhD in the United States. He will tell us about the challenges, opportunities, and key takeaways from his experience studying abroad at the highest academic level. Please give a warm welcome to Christian.
Good morning. Thank you for having me and inviting me to this event. It's honestly really a pleasure. I share the dean's words, but this is really an amazing opportunity. So let's take all of us to lunch. I don't know if my presentation is working. It's not that one, but that. In the meantime, just fair warning, I haven't been giving lectures or presentations in a while in English, so it might be a bit of a bumpy road. And to make things a bit even more awkward, my accent is even weirder than Australian because it's a mix between some British words, other from the US, and then maybe a bit of slang from Australia. That's what I mean there. So let's see how we do it. First of all, I'm not going to start with all the process. Let me go with this. In 2009, I got a scholarship to study a PhD in the US. I'm not going to go through the process of the things that I did or all of that. I don't think that's going to be too relevant for now. I'm just going to go into the journey of that first day. The things that happened to me, how I faced them, some of them. And hopefully that will help you in some way. So first of all, it's not really abroad, just in the US. And by no means I try to convey the experience of doing something abroad in general. This was just a particular, very narrow experience in the US. And that's also important. In 2010. You would think that 15 years is not a long time, but a lot of things have changed. So, in the interest of context, before taking the plane, I've never had a conversation in English with anyone. And the scholarship that I got, it wasn't an equal opportunity scholarship that you might get. I got a Fulbright scholarship, but it wasn't to go to study English and then do a PhD. It was just to go and get a doctorate degree. So they assumed that I knew English. Where they got that impression? I have no idea. So, yes, the things that many people think they will find there is Statue of Liberty, the Bald Eagle, the fireworks, the White House, Wall Street, California, etc. Grand Canyon, I don't know, it depends on what your background might be, the things that you know. And the other important thing that is really important right now, that guy was president. And if you are familiar with President Obama, was a very different guy than the one that we have already, right now in the White House in the United States. So, Albert Respoto lost that point, and it was an easier time for international students in the US. We were not being kicked out of universities because it's happening right now. So, breaks in time. So, this is not the US, you're probably familiar with it somehow. And the great question was, where was I going? I don't know if this is the point. That's not right. That's not right. So, the areas that most people know are the sexy areas. So, the coast. East Coast, West Coast, great universities in California, great universities in, well, almost everywhere you have great universities. Where was I going? Well, I'm in Wyoming. Why? It's a very interesting question, maybe for another time. Actually, they kind of had one of the best programs in environmental economics in the US. Top 5, top 3 at the time. I think now they're top 10. So this is in the middle of the United States, as you might know. You might know, this is cowboy country. So that's actually the state flag. That's a buffalo. So it was kind of like talking to Chile from another country and going maybe to, please nobody think they're offended by this, to Chile or something like that. Okay? So, well, you know Chile's already been hot dogs there. And you will imagine that this was just, well, let's go there. Yeah, there's no direct flights to Laramie, Wyoming. And for reasons that still escape me, well, maybe they don't escape me, maybe it was because I got a scholarship and the people who booked the tickets were trying to save money. But my trip was, of course, not direct. I had to go to Santiago, obviously. So I was like into a direct trip to the US from to Hong Kong. For some reason, to Buenos Aires. For another reason, to Chicago. And then to Denver. And then I had to get into that plane for a very short trip to Laramie, Wyoming. It took longer to board the plane than to get there in the plane. It was a 30-minute trip. Although we have turbulence because we have to go around the Rocky Mountain. With the turbulence, and I was able to see the wing of the plane bent almost over my head. And I could see the pilots in front because there was no door. They were not flinching. I think at this point I should say that this was the first time that I took a plane in my life also. So I haven't traveled at that point anywhere in planes. This was the first trip. It took 30 hours to get there. Usually a trip to the US is 8 hours. 9 maybe if you're going to North Park. So I had to go through first trip, first time going away from my family. I'm from around here, from Piton, very close to the city. So this was a very new experience for me. And then when I got there, to the airport, that was it, right? That was the airport. I don't know if you have seen too many airports, but they're usually bigger. Kind of to receive planes. These look more like to receive big cars. I don't know if whether it's mine. Is it mine? Is it mine? Thank you. Hopefully more than that. So, at this point, I never had a conversation in English, I never bought a plane, so everything was a bit new. Why I decided to do a PhD and all of those things, we can talk about it at another time. But basically it was fear of working. I didn't want to work. I didn't like the idea of being an officer. So I tried to find any possible way to get out of that. Studying was my way of getting out of that. Not sure if a PhD was the best idea at the time. Now, in hindsight, it was really a great idea. So, what happened when I arrived to this place? Well, the university, I booked ahead lodging in the university apartments. So that was prepaid, so I just had to get there. The airport was 10 kilometers. So, yeah, 10 kilometers, 5 miles. 10 kilometers from the city. So how do I get there? There was no public transportation. None whatsoever. This was 2010. So no Uber. Well, you should probably be able to get a cab almost everywhere, a taxi. The taxi had to be called from another city. And it took 2 hours to get there. And had to pay the whole trip and everything, so it cost about $200 the entire thing. So I was desperate. I didn't know what to do, and I did something that it was really out of character for me up to that point. I asked for help, and I talked to someone. I got off the plane with other people. Fortunately, the plane was small, but still had some other passengers. And there was this guy who was around maybe 20, 23 or something like that. I was 24 at this time. And I just asked him, like, do you know any way to get downtown? Do you know any way to get to university? Please help. By the way, it was with my bags, my backpack, and everything. And the guy took pity on me. He was a student at the university, law school student, finishing his degree. Actually, he was coming back to the university just to close everything, to give up the apartment that he was renting, and then he was off. He was living in our state. So he volunteered to take me to the university. And I guess my judgment, I said yes to a stranger in a different country, taking me into his house. That experience was actually really amazing because I didn't know anything in the US. I was kind of frightened by the whole experience. Everything was new. The trip was long. I don't sleep on planes. I found out at the time, and I still don't. So it was a very long trip. And this guy, let's call him Andrew. Honestly, I don't remember his name. I don't remember the entire experience. I don't remember his name. I saw him once. He helped me to get to the university apartments because, another important thing, you're supposed to call before you get there. So they have your room ready. I didn't. So they didn't have any. They were really nice, and they give me another accommodation in the meantime, but I had nothing. So when you get to another country, you don't have toiletries. I didn't pack those things. I was busy trying to pack all my clothes and other things. So I didn't have toiletries. I didn't have basic things. I didn't have, I think, toothpaste. I didn't have other things. I didn't have food. I didn't have anything. So what is the nearest supermarket? Well, the US works a bit different than Chile. Here you have mini markets, stores, and everything everywhere. So you can walk a block and you will find it. There you have only mainly supermarkets, at least in the town where I arrived. And the Walmart was around 10 miles from the city center. And again, no public transportation. Amazing. The university had shuttle that they give to international students to get there in Barcelona. It took around 4 hours the trip to the Walmart because they only have specific schedules. So in this first day, I had the experience to get to know people that didn't know me, to experience the services of the university. People were really nice. And I also realized that because I was doing a PhD program, we were asked to arrive 2 weeks earlier because it was math camp. So it was an introduction to several topics, mathematical topics, to level up the requirements of students. The university wasn't open yet. So there were no international services, and this not easy to access. Again, it's a call ahead, so there was nobody to receive me, there was nothing. So that is something that you should take. When you're going to another country, especially if you're going to study, call. It was helpful. After this, they give me a room, a room in the dorms, which was really a nightmare for me because it was shared bathrooms. It was just intended for undergraduate students. Later, I moved, so I was able to get an apartment. So this is where I arrived, the University of Boeing. The University of Boeing and the city of Laramie, where it's located, is what you might call a college town. So the whole town functions around the university. There's not much else to do. That's why there was no public transportation, and many services were only provided to the university, etc., etc. That being said, this university only has around 10,000 students. So it's very similar to us. But it has a bit more money. That's The whole span, around 800 hectares of land, multiple buildings, different areas, gyms, professional gyms, amateur gyms for what you might call professional basketball, and of course, football. And this was the college business, the place where I was going. Around a third of this campus. Funny story, when I arrived, it wasn't finished, so they put us in basements. So I had a very college experience in the beginning. I thought it was in the wrong place, and then they tell us, no, the business is going to be ready, and then we moved to very nice offices and places. It was really a wonderful experience. Similar to what the previous presenter said, you just have to try. You have to speak. You need to have the intention and try to convey an idea. Most people will try to understand you. Most people will take the time, try to understand you, try to give you the pointers how to improve, what you need, what you're trying to say, etc. So don't feel too embarrassed. Practice and to talk. I had to find it hard way because, again, I wanted to study there. So there was no introduction to English, there was no courses of learning English or anything. So everything that I learned, playing video games and personality, I had to put into practice in classes. And the classes were given in English. Funny thing, the class is easier in English than talking to people every day. Because the class is technical, and you can read a book. So you can catch up quite fast. Compare with talking to friends, talking to colleagues, talking to classmates who come from very different backgrounds, and some of them are from India, some of them are from China, some of them are from Asian countries where their accent is really hard for us. And even in the whole United States, it's really hard to understand some people, especially from the South. But let's not go there. So, it's a place very far in the north. So this was my first snow. The seasons are important, as you know. So this was basically, for us, April. So the winter started really early. And started with snow. And I didn't see brown or green for another 8 months. Took a winter lasted 8 months. Oh, I didn't put light on that. That was my my apartment where I finally moved. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's full of books and papers and stuff. Basically, I had to study the whole time. It was full-time study. Then I moved to another apartment, a bit more light. And I actually did that another time too. So I moved different apartments. I had the experience of changing, moving, asking people to help you. You had to worry about this. I had the opportunity to teach classes in the United States. 180, 150 students per class. It's a very different environment. I woke up. I had my first white Christmas. I finally understood why we all see all those movies and all those things. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Actually, that's very close to the reality. What you tell us, when hiking, walking, my girlfriend, listen. And when I skating, didn't work out. Friends, that's one of the most important things. I got really amazing friends. Even today, we're still in contact. Okay. Somehow, that entire experience, and I thought that I'm jumping and skipping for a lot of things, especially studying and work. But that brought me a postdoc in Australia. So that's why the team they mentioned before, if I was doing an Australian accent, hopefully it doesn't work. That postdoc allowed me to go to Japan for work, in Guinea. For some reason, allowed me to take care of small bodies. Didn't do it for long. Visit Sydney and visit so many other amazing places. So the experience, I went to study, but the things that I remember is everything else. I got a degree. That's good. Finally, at some point. But it's the rest of the experiences that really enrich your life and teach you things. So, do you like PhD abroad? You understand? You have to do it. But more importantly, let's amend that. If you're able to do anything, just go. It's a great experience. You will have fun. Go with an open mind. Go to make mistakes. Hopefully not legal mistakes. But have fun. Enjoy it. It's a wonderful experience. Then you can come back. I did. Some people don't. That's also a lot. Thank you. I forgot about questions. Any questions? I skimmed through a lot of things, so feel free to ask anything that you might be curious about. Oh, yeah. They can ask about economics too. Wait until we have any questions too.
Hello, I want to ask how was the experience to change from studying in Chile at RA and studying a PhD in the US, the difference, the change of difficult, maybe that is.
Great question. Thank you, Nelson. Yeah, that's a great question. I skip through a lot of those things because it's a complicated answer. The short answer is what you learn here, studying this major, whatever you want to call it, this career, whatever it is. The translation is really odd, as it was mentioned before. But studying 5 years here, undergrad, gives you a really good level. The difference, the big jump. So if you go through a master's degree first, it becomes really straightforward. There's nothing different. The master level immediately helps you to level up. I went straight undergrad. So there was a bit of a jump, especially in the technical area. But the good thing about the US, especially in economics and the PhD programs, is that they are really open to almost any field. I had a classmate who came from the arts. He had a bachelor in arts. He had taken, because it's required to do a PhD, he had taken courses in math, advanced courses in math. So he knew calculus, algebra, and other things. That's why he could enter the PhD. But he didn't have the background that I had in business and economics and all of that. And the first year allows you to reach those levels. So it is a bit of a jump. They give you opportunity. That's why they do math camp, at least what I want. Most universities do it. Math camp for 2 weeks. And math camp, it's basically I think you guys have until calculus 2, right? Math camp is basically going to calculus 3 in 2 weeks. So if you're able to withstand that, you're going to be fine for the classes. Again, what you learn here, it's probably enough to do a master in another country without any issues. If you're going for an MBA, it shouldn't be any problem, almost anywhere in the world. Going for a PhD, it will require some sacrifices and some long nights in the beginning. But it's not impossible. The preparation, the knowledge that you have right now, there are many things that other people in other countries, they haven't seen. They don't have 5 years of college. They have 4, and they take many different courses. Here is a lot more focus. So, in summary, It's not that big of a jump, but definitely it's a jump from undergrad to a PhD. It is a jump, but it's low.
Thank you.
Hello. You live in the very of Association United States. Was the state very difficult in the economics? Sorry, can you clarify the question? Are you asking me about the difficulty of the economic field in the United States? Yes. Yeah. In economics, probably the United States in general is one of the best countries to study because they have developed a lot of the framework, a lot of the theories, a lot of things. Other countries are good too, and there are many universities around the country that are good too. Sorry, around the world, that are good too. But the field of economics in the US is very technical. It's based on theory, and you have many thoughts, many schools, many things. It's very varied in many ways, but it's always grounded in mathematical theory. That's the part that is tricky for us, or for Chilean students. Or it is today. It wasn't 20 years ago because there was more math, believe it or not, in the business majors in Chile before. So that is a big jump. But beyond that, it is a really great place to study economics because you see the whole history of it. And the thing is, they teach the discipline. They don't teach you policies. So you are not going there to learn neoliberalism or Marxism, or unless you are taking a class or PhD in economic history, in which case you are. But in economics in general, it's just the science. And it's really well developed. And you have a lot of great professors. The most important thing in a PhD program, you have to find the good professors. That's it. ¿Otros questions? Thank you.
Now we would like to give a gift to the Professor Rojas for his presentation. So, without the professor, yeah, back there.
Well, up next, some of our English 3 students will show us a part of what they worked on this semester as part of their course. For this assignment, the students have to create a video presentation about a Chilean company as part of the activity context. The videos were prepared as if they were going to be presented at Explain Fund and at an international audience, so they have to be here, professional and visually engaging. Each pair will now come forward to introduce their video. Let's enjoy their work. So we call up front Darlene and Veronica. Let's give her a round of applause.
Hi everyone, we are Isabella, and you is Bill Castro. A student from 4 years in the Business Administration program. In this video, we are going to tell about the Chilean companies change at the industry with web plant-specific innovation.
Good morning, my name is Dani Saavedra, and I am part of the NOTCO marketing team.
Good morning, my name is Veronica Castro, Final 9 of North. In the presentation, we will present the next service of the Chilean company, Notco.
Let's go. NOTCO basic information. NOTCO is dedicated to the food industry.
And offers food products and lots of animal origin. For example, no yogurt, no wine, and no milk.
A market for products of a plant origin.
Found in San Diego and in our supermarket in Chile.
It's a large company that has expanded to other stores as Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, Colombia, and expanded its reach to the United States and Canada.
Last year, I had 500 workers.
By the year 2024, the company has common revenues of 23 billion 500 million Chilean pesos.
Some examples of common operating are bigger needs in fossil foods businesses.
What the company is doing right now in the not snack bar product.
My own animal research right research I
Expand to the Europe and
Food plan of NOTCO. The company is Scale B certificates. The certificates is for plants, over governance and the committees. NOTCO will be able to stand out from the competitors.
we emphasize the company commitments to its customers and are always bringing new products to market. In addition, our plant uses products model aims to reduce environmental impact.
Culture number 2. The company start out of with innovation. That too, this is products.
Thank you for your time. I hope this presentation was helpful and inspiring.
Thank you, Darling and Veronica. Now we would like to invite Ignacio and Ismael to present their video.
Good morning, everyone. We have a video. This video, we in the context, sales company, AI company. The company is home. In the context, we from Sebastian, and yeah, we represent that company. Yeah, I hope you like the video. Myself,
Assistant assistant quality control specialist from organization. One of the most relevant plans here is Creative is a true story, a cooperative development company with a strong tradition, quality products, and activity. We are excited to explore new opportunities with potential clients and partners in Japan or Rosas. Stanford Cooperativa Agrícola de Chile is what founded in 1949 and social Chile, and is only with more than 700
13 dairy farms.
The company produces milk, yogurt, butter, cheese, and other egg products using high quality milk from another farm in the Los Rios and Los Lagos region.
Colón employs around 1,800 people and generates between 5 and 10 billion Chilean pesos annually in revenue. It is one of the top dairy producers in Chile, along with Sorore and Nestlé.
Right now, Column is investing in new technology to improve production efficiency and reduce environmental impact. The company is also supporting local farmers through training programs and sustainable farming initiatives.
In the future, Colón plans to open more distribution channels in Asia and build strong relationships with importers and retailers in Japan.
We want to spread all sustainability strategy using more renewable energy and reducing plastic packaging.
Thank you for watching our presentation. We invite you to taste the richness and quality of Colón.
If you are looking for strategic product from the south of the world, we are ready to collaborate. Arigato. Good.
Now, to conclude the presentation of English, we invite Catalina and Cynthia to present their video.
Hi everyone. We are Cynthia Yarse and Catalina Suazo, students from 4th year in Business Administration program. Today we're excited to present a short video about a very special Chilean company called Colón. We have a new learn something new about this innovation brand.
Good afternoon. My name is Sofia Venegas and my partner is Katari Conde. We are going to present our English.
I'm part of the marketing in the guide. Hi, I'm Cynthia Yarse and I work in the sustainability and innovation department. We're very happy to visit Chile and enjoy the experience to be an school department. We will post the presentation what we are working on and we are creating a positive impact through sustainable innovation. Colón is a Chilean company that designs and produces high-quality sunglasses like these and optical frames. We work in the fashion eyewear industry and we are known for easy restoring materials like fish meat, metals, and other plastics. In southern Chile, the company was founded in 2012 and now employs more than 100 people. Colón generates annual revenue by 6 billion Chilean pesos and we export our products to Europe, North America, and Asia. Competing with high quality our brands. Our difference is sustainability and nature in nature. Right now, Colón is working on new collection of eyewear made with
even more sustainable materials.
And collaborating with other communities in Patagonia to recover waste materials and create jobs.
We are also expanding our presence in Europe and Asia, and we are in growing more digital platforms and global stores.
In the future, Taiwan wants to become a global leader in sustainability fashion. For example,
We plan to develop new products beyond eyewear and continue building partnerships with environmental organizations.
Taiwan also plans to open new retail spaces in international markets, including Japan. We invite you to explore Taiwan and be part of this movement to see the world from a different point of view, a more conscious and sustainability.
Thank you very much for your attention. See you soon. I'm very happy. Karen says goodbye.
Now, we'll hear from another group of students who work on a different challenge, presenting an investment plan. Let's enjoy their work. Please join me giving them a warm round of applause after each presentation.
Good afternoon. My name is Sofía Venegas and my partner is Katari Conte. We are going to present our investment plan for the Guzman plant.
What is the company doing? Guzman has a problem, and that is that young leaders show a deep preference for important sectors. So we will now present some possible ones.
Our solution is the first area is Guzman needs clear mass centers in Chicago. The cost will be 5,000 production, and the benefit is a combo that includes Guzman bit and a center from the brand.
The second idea is to create an access with a digital copy, whether streaming, singles, or others. The cost is $12,500, and the benefit is to reposition the brand, connecting and attracting young audiences.
The third area is customizable beer centers, experience bars and air. The cost be $9,000, and the benefit is interactive both festival or bars where young people can mix Guzman beer with sparkling water and food.
Investigation refused was partnership with the human and digital world. The cost will be divided into desk fees, which will be around $10,500, and the rental seats will cost around $2,000. The total cost will be $12,500.
The benefits of the best media are first, the retail reach at a lower cost. This means digital platforms allow for the target campaigns with high performance and lower investment compared to traditional media. Second, retail brand visibility, participating in urban events, festivals, or collaborating with digital creators, increase Guzman's presences. Third, greater connection with your audience. Fourth, digital consumer feedback. This means that they those with the digital works makes it easier to receive opinions, which helps adjust the product. Five, great loyalty.
Conclusion. We reached the end of the investment plan. We hope you enjoy and our plan with the Guzman Group. Thank you.
Up next, we have a presentation from the Chile led by Nancy Sepulveda, Regional Executive. Please join me in welcoming Nancy to finish the presentation.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm very glad to be here. Thank you, Lisa, for the invitation. Have you heard about ProChile? Do you know what ProChile is? No? Yes? No? Ah, okay. Well, today I'm going to tell you about my institution, about ProChile. Chile, the next. The next one, please. Well, ProChile is we are the Foreign Affairs Ministry institution that promotes Chile's offerings of goods and services around the world. This is our objective. The creation of ProChile was in 1974, so now we are 50 years working for Chile and for the export promotions. We have a network of offices around the world. In Chile, we have 16 regional offices in the principal capital of any region, and we have 54 commercial offices around the world in the main capitals where we have free trade agreements. These commercial offices strategically located in the most important markets in the world, and in countries we have free trade agreements. And the regional offices, the 16th in our country, every office works closely with the producers and with the exporters of the regions. So we are a kind of bridge between the regional offices and the commercial offices around the world. We have offices in Europe, North America, Central America, and the Caribbean, Asia and Oceania, South America, Middle East, and in Africa. We have some important support instruments for the exporters or for people who want to export. The main tools and programs are export training, that is formación exportadora, intelligence for international business, inteligencia para negocios internacionales, and export promotion. In export training, this program seeks to open the door to the world of international business, and it covers topics such as market strategies, international pricing, market intelligence, marketing and sales, international business plans, e-commerce, logistics, certifications, among others. All these instruments that we have can be shared, or you can learn about this through the aula virtual. We have coachings, mentorías, and many other programs that are included with these instruments. For intelligence for international business, Chile provides strategic information for the Chilean foreign trade ecosystem, specifically generated to support decision-making related to the international integration of our companies. We have the CBC, Centro Digital de Conocimiento, and we have a help center where the exporters can call and to have the answers of these necessities. In Expo promotion, most of these initiatives are co-financed by the beneficiary and funds managed by Protil. We have the most important is the competitive funds, concurso de promoción de exportaciones. We have also commercial agendas, agendas comerciales, international fairs, fairs internacionales, export meetings, and expros, los encuentros exportadores de Chile, and the other one is we work very close with all the sectoral brands, las marcas sectoriales. The competitive funds designed to promote the export of Chilean goods and services through co-finance and support for managing different export promotion programs. De comercial agendas o agendas comerciales, this program aims to initiate or consolidate Chilean companies' export to specific markets. The agendas are implemented through personalized meetings, either in person or virtually between Chilean exporters and their counterparts in the market of interest. The export or the exporter meetings, these are business meetings organized by ProChile, segmented by the country's various productive sectors to generate business contacts, and hold meetings between Chilean exporters and importers from around the world, both in Chile and abroad. Some of them are the Expo for foods, for instance, for minery, for industries in general, so we have an Expo for every one of these of the principal topics for exporters. International trade fairs. Each year, ProChile participates in various trade fairs in the most diverse leading world markets, strengthening our country's image and bringing our exportable offerings to the world. So we participate, or we invite to the exporters to participate in these international trade fairs in different sectors. For instance, in agri-food, creative industry, innovation, services, etc. And the sectoral brands, or marcas sectoriales, it is focused to position Chile's productive sector through our sectoral brands. With Chile's sectoral brands, program supports outstanding Chilean productive sectors' efforts in position themselves internationally through the creation, design, and implementation of sectoral brands that represent each national productive sector, strengthening Chile's image abroad. Have you heard about Chilean wine or maybe salmon, the sectoral brand of salmon? Yeah, have you heard about that? Well, those are some examples of the sectoral brands that we promote around the world. These are the principles, the sectoral brands that we have. For services 2, for creative industry we have 4, and for food we have 10. And now we are participating in a very important expo, the Universal Expo Osaka 22-25. We have a pavilion there in Japan, where we are going to be there from April to October, showing all the export offer that Chile has. We will have weeks for every sector that Chile promotes. For instance, for indigenous people, for creative economies, for industries, for agri-food, etc. So this is a kind of show where we can show for about 8 months. We will be showing these products and services to the world. We hope that we are going to have about 30 million people visiting the pavilion. So this is our principal or our main objective to promote Chilean services and products. We have been 50 years working for this. This is my presentation. Thank you so much. Do you have any questions? Thank you. Second and listen. Sorry for my English. I haven't practiced too much.
Well, congratulations for your presentation. Well, in your experience, what kind of enterprise, like legal enterprise, you get to export what kind is very most popular in the region to get to export the experience?
Well, in our experience, in our office principally, we work with agri-food little companies, yes. They are the most of them today are working with us to promote their products in the countries that are near our country, because they have, it is easier for them to get better prices, yeah, for logistics, for transportation, etc., and for the language, yeah, because it is easier for them to have connections with people that speak Spanish that instead of English, for instance. This is one of the barriers that the little enterprises have. But we also work with others that are bigger, for instance, Carmack or Figo de Mugo, that they are exporting to Asia, India, North America, and they have another tools that they use to get into those markets. So it depends on the size of the company. But today we are promoting, for instance, the creative economics, yeah, or enterprises can work with, for instance, with books, I don't know the name in English, arts and technicals, theater, music, arte de la visualidad, for instance. So they are very, very, very little companies. They have 1 or 2 people working. So they have also opportunities. This is, for instance, the international fairs are a very good place where they can show the exportable offer that they have. This is what we are doing today, for instance, in our region, especially specifically in our office. Yeah.
What do you think about the special taxes by USA? How will it impact regional enterprise?
Well, Chile has been working about that because it is also a very big problem for the companies, little ones and the biggest. So the impact today maybe is not very notorious today, maybe in 2, 3, or 6 months, yeah, in the future. But Chile is working with the Subsecretaría de Relaciones Económicas, They are traveling constantly to the United States to have meetings and to try to stop the possible problems that these taxes or the problems that the taxes will have for the future for our companies to ignorar, to. So we are working on that, but obviously it's a big problem for the company. So we don't have the power, but we are trying to do our best as using our tools. We have a free trade agreement with the United States about 15 or 20 years. So we are trying to, we have a very good relationship with the United States. So we are trying to don't have this problem for our companies in the future. We're working on that. Any other question? No? Okay. Thank you so much. Congratulations for this activity. Thank you.
Before you take a seat, please, we would like to send you a gift. Ms. Melissa, academic of the university, is going to hand it to you. Now, we are pleased to welcome Jose Baeza, who will speak to us about international competences and interculturality, two essential things in today's globalized world. No. The videos. So, actually, I was video stopped with the lens.
So, up next, some of our students will present part of what they worked on this semester as part of their course. For this case study, each team developed a product and created a strategic advertising campaign to promote it. The challenge was to prepare a video feed inspired by the format of Shark Tank, where they must convince a panel of investors to fund their campaign. Their goal was to clearly describe the product, propose a creative and effective advertising strategy, justify why it's the best choice, and pursue investors to support them financially. Each team will now come forward to introduce their video pitch. Let's enjoy their presentations. First, we have Betsabe and Maria Paz. Please come forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are the student Diana Maria Paz, a student from 5th years of the Business Administration program.
In this video, we'll be presenting our business idea and describing a product we create. We hope you enjoy it. The practice further for reading or working for resting.
In year 2014, until we discovered vision that the first smart glasses with us at gastronomy.
We are the Sabe and Maria Paz from the Chilean company Future of Kids. And today we are here to present a product that will revolutionize the way we see the world.
Present is a Vision Touch intelligent optical glasses with immediate adjustment touch technology.
With use a touch on the brain, you can access the application in real time. Going free touch. Going to look on the screen touch. Resting your eyes another touch.
Furthermore, they have a slick and lightweight design along relaxing, rechargeable, mounted with a wider charger and best overall. Just one pair for all yours need.
Vision Touch is designed for you, active professional, student, passionate, reader, or digital worker.
Unlike traditional glasses, Vision Touch offers a single pair of glasses with multiple vision layers that adjust easily without the need to switch glasses.
You no longer need to change your glasses. Change your vision, not your glasses.
We're on pre-sale, and to celebrate, we have incredible offers. 20% off for early purchase, 15 the free trial, and a contest of our social media with a touch by sharing your digital experience.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Watch the videos, testimonials, and participate. Optometrists and health content creators are already recommending them.
Your vision changes for glasses choosing.
Discover Vision Touch. Personalize your vision with one touch.
The future of your glasses is already here.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you. And next we have Piero and Javier.
Good morning, everyone. We are Pedro Muñoz and Javier Villarroel, a student of fifth year for business administration and management.
In this video, we'll be sharing our own business, and here on the screen, a product we come up with.
We hope you like it.
Hello, my name is Pedro Muñoz, and together with Javier Villarroel, we will present Nocturne, the new fragrance for men.
This proposal presents the detailed advertising strategy for Nocturne for Men, a new fragrance created for today's modern men. The company establishes Nocturne as the emblematic fragrance of natural elegance and positioning, charm, intrigue, and self-confidence.
Nocturne for Men is a fragrance created for those who come alive after that. More than just a scent, it's a statement of confidence, deep, and style. Live your true self, shine with night fans.
Special features of the product, Nocturne for Men. Number 1, 100% natural and premium ingredients, formulated with quality natural elements for a refining experience. Number 2, distinctive essence profile, coming in fresh grapefruit, aged cedar, and Sicilian lemon seeds. Number 3, elegance, designed to evoke mystery, sophistication, and masculine charm. Number 4, unforgettable experience, great to less comfortable and impressive.
Nocturne is created with a 100% natural ingredient. Nocturne blends from grapefruit, aged cedar, and Sicilian lemon zest. for a pure authentic scent. Inspired by the night, it offers a sophisticated, mysterious fragrance in luxurious packaging for a timeless experience.
Kid audience. The elegant and confident men to age 25 to 45 you enjoy creating and seeks exclusive natural fragrance that reflects satisfaction and boldness.
The campaign is a TV commercial of 30 seconds designed to grab attention with a powerful visuals and emotion. Airing late at night on gaming and sports channels to reach a night driver audience.
Campaign story view. The names made with you. Shot one. A man walks along street, illuminate city, wearing an elegant tweed. Street two. Eyes meet a human fellows in which your eyes. Street three. This arrives at bar. Everyone notices this presence. Voice mirror. Not there for men. The night revives you, I real Arab.
A special promotion, a VIP event, private lounge night with cocktails, music, and influencers. Social challenge. Take your night out with luxury prices, gift set, exclusive box with optional engraved bottle. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Alex. And then the third pair is Roger and Tania.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tania Munoz, a student from fifth year of the Business Administration program.
In this video, we are going to present our own business idea and introduce a product we developed as part of the project. We hope you enjoy it.
Hi, is this happening to me? Somerset is here to solve it. We have really proposed for you. Our key messengers is sun energy accessible to all. Try the device with your community takes care of the planet.
Fearless. Number one, 100% eco-friendly designs made with recycled Chilean materials. 2, energy efficient, solar-powered several electricity cars. 3, multifunctional, includes USB-A, USB-C, and wireless Chinese ports. 4, durable, designed for outdoor use, ideal for park and bus stations. 5, customizable, branding option for municipalities and business. Key benefits: free and sustainable energy for the public, reduce carbon footprint, attracts more visitors to public space, low maintenance. Target market: primary, municipalities, urban planning and environmental departments. Secondary, private companies, malls, universities, and cafes. Unique selling proposal: the only 100% recycled solar shining station designed for Chilean cities. Convenient, sustainability, smart proven design, and brand visibility.
Promotion methods. Number 1 is a 150 to 30 second reel shown. 2. Hashtag SolarSat en Comunidad to go viral. 3. Audience young people aged 35 to 18 in urban areas. Number 2. Facebook. Post about the benefit of SolarSat. Audience about 35 to 60 years old. Number 3. LinkedIn. Short article 3 reasons why innovative mayors chose SolarSat. Target are 4 mayors or environmental officials in the area. 9 of 10 municipality law appears here. Number 4. Election. 2 maximums may have in the municipality and 2 compatible and 3 absent second are shown. 1. A family sharing their second in a plus over source. 2. A mayor study involved with celebrity is created. Enforcing the institutional communion example, teams are social media or personal chat. Important. Social media will include QR code to identify from the municipality to procure information facilitating the reach of this program.
Promotions from municipalities. From the purchase of 9 solar cells, you get 1 free. Free renewable energy workshops and green commune certificates. For the people, the first 100 customers will receive a solar cell portable battery. If you upload a post with hashtag solar cell, you will be participating for a token for the community. For companies, you can customize a solar cell token with your logo. Green company certificates.
Solar cell is not just a building, it is a high-impact business opportunity. It is green, 100% clean energy, and fossil-free service for the community. It was the the solution that Chilean see a real demand. Thank you very much for your attention.
Next, we have Valentina Rocío. Michelle, please come forward. Good morning, everyone. We are Catalina González and Michelle Rivera, student for field years of the Business Administration program. In this video, we're going to present your business media display the product we create. We hope you enjoy it.
How disgusting. This tastes like mud.
Look, I have a solution.
Hello, we're Catalina and Michelle, and we represent Agua Vida, a Chilean company committed to sustainable living.
Today, we are proud to introduce our innovative product, the Agua Vida Smart Filter. The Agua Vida Smart Filter is compact and environmentally friendly water purification device that fits into a star faucet.
Its main features include a 5-layer filtration system that removes 99.9% of bacteria, heavy metals, and microplastics, and a smart sensor that alerts when the filter needs to be replaced.
Without milk, water clean, safe and good tasting water at home. No plastic, wasted, or expensive bottles.
Your target market is environmentally conscious families, college students, and people living in areas with water quality issues.
68% of Chileans are concerned about water quality. More than 50% are looking for sustainable alternatives.
Agua Vida responds to needs with an accessible and effective solution. Now, this weather days like spring. With weather like same weather, start here. Thank you for your attention. With your investment, we can bring fuel water to thousands of homes. The future starts with Aquavit.
The last one is Miguel.
Hi everyone, my name is Miguel Ángel Amonche, and I am a student from 5th year of the Business Administration program. For this project, I created a video on the state of Shark Tank to present my own business idea and product. I thank my colleagues Paolo and Claudio for helping me delete, and Diego for helping me record and put together the job. Also, my friend Inaki for speaking me in the future. I hope you enjoy it.
ONC Productions, in collaboration with Catholic University Academy. Friends, Sean Frank WCT. Today's episode will take place in Building 12, specifically in room 412. Our Sean Parallel became a millionaire and his last vacancy when he was all the NBA stars, and our Sean became millionaire by bringing the North Face to England being an official distributor. The entrepreneur who will be competing today is.
Well, pretty nervous. I want the name, but it's a little quick. And I can give my best, so let's go with it. See you, Charles. Hello, Charles. My name is Miguel Aguacheo, and I am the founder of Focus Brand, a Chilean startup that redefining how students stay focused and success in their academic lives. Today, I'd like to introduce you to a product, the convenience, neuroscience, technology, and thinking. The solar product we are remote and web. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. With smartphones, social media, and stress, more than 60% of the university students struggle to stay focused with studying. This not only affects their grades, but also their mental health, productivity, and long-term learning. The solution. That's why I created Focus Brand, a smart headband that uses real-time neurofeedback to help students stay concentrated. The product is Focus Brand. It's lightweight, minimalist, and blends into your daily routine, empowering you to build better habits and reach your academic goals. Focus Brand is used another word. It's a powerful tool to academic success, mental focus, and personal growth. I believe empowering students to become the best version of themselves through technology, the quality supports their goals. That's why I'm saving $215,000 in exchange for 5 subjects to expand production, develop further, and grow the marketing effect. Join me in this mission to transform how we study and focus minutes at a time. Thank you.
Why do you make this money?
Specifically designated for university students in the undergraduate programs such as engineering, medicine, architecture, and law.
What campaign do you think I
For the campaign, you bring Focus Brand to market and have designed a two products advertising campaign. First, a 30 seconds TV commercial to establish credibility and reach a national audience. Second, a dynamic campaign in Instagram and TikTok using academic influencers. The videos has a folk challenge where students will share their studio names using folk challenge. At launch, it offers a 50% student discount and run a giveaway context to generate engagement and community around the world.
Okay. How much did you spend last year?
We have not yet but we have tested growth and what are improved. The unit price of Fortinet 919 million pesos and 60% gross margin project revenue over 3 years reached approximately 1.9 million of dollars. Using Apple Survey 24, Ruin Multiple, English brand covering valuation is estimated at $5 million.
I offered you $300,000 for 10% of it. I offered $1 million for 50% of the company, but you would have done the advertising in my Discord.
Considering that both collaborate with the company in Malaysia, but seeing the potential of being able to count stars from the world of sports, I take the chart of.
We have you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you.
We think the students that were brave to come forward, it's very wonderful. Now, we are pleased to welcome Jose Baeza, who will speak to us about international competencies and interculturality, two essential themes in today's globalized world. He will share insights into how we can better understand and navigate cultural differences, and why developing these skills is key for both personal and professional growth in international contexts. Please join me in welcoming Jose Baeza.
Good morning or good afternoon? Good morning still. Okay. Well, it's so good to be here. Thank you for the invitation. We probably have met, might have seen each other before. I work here at the university in the International Affairs Office, and we promote all kinds of international programs, exchange opportunities, partnerships, and we also work in making this university more international so that we can embrace diversity, because we believe in the university that developing intercultural competencies is key for today's world that is globalized. So I have 3 goals in this presentation. First, I'm gonna share some of my journey. I had the opportunity to study abroad in the United States, and then I'm gonna tell you a little bit of what do we mean when we talk about intercultural competencies. That's a hard word to say. Intercultural competencies. Can you say intercultural? Okay, you can try it. And then intercultural and global competencies that are very interrelated, very similar, but not the same. And then I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna show you what they are. I'm gonna finish saying how can this serve you in your career? Tomorrow you're gonna be working at a company. Maybe some of you will start your own company. There were some great ideas today. I hope some of them take the ground and you do them. And I'm gonna share some examples of how these competencies have served me in my career, in my work, and today in my work that I do. That I use them a lot to do my work well. So, a little bit of my journey. I studied in Georgetown college. This is my university. Well, over there, I was at Georgetown College Tiger. We had a mascot there. I think this university is working on a mascot. You know, what's the mascot? UCT mascot. Well, it's not official yet, but it might be Kimun, the fox. So, yeah, the fox, Kimun, I think is the name. We hope that will be. I think that's cool. And I got the opportunity to do my bachelor's degree in the United States. I am actually a colleague of yours. I studied business administration. In the United States, you have majors and minors. How many of you knew that? Majors and minors. Anybody knew that? Okay. It's kind of hard to explain, so you can ask ChatGPT what does it mean. But so I studied business administration, major, and a political science minor. And I ended up staying in the US for 8 years. And the reason I was able to study there, it was because of my scholarship. Here I am. I am a tennis player. Any tennis players in the house? Anybody? Tennis players? No? Oh, come on, guys. Soccer players? Soccer players? Anybody? Soccer. Football. Okay, football. So I got a tennis scholarship, so I got the opportunity to study and play tennis, and it was very experience. So I lived 8 years there, and there I first became aware of the importance of developing intercultural competencies. As soon as you go into another country or you interact with another culture, which might happen here, you begin realizing that speaking another language is not enough. There's more to culture than language. What are some of the things that are into culture besides language? Anybody knows what else? What people eat different in different countries. For example, what are some differences between Argentina and Chile? We speak Spanish, but there's a huge difference with Argentina. Huh? What's the difference? Anybody want to give a shot to it?
They drink mate.
They drink mate? Yeah, that's a big difference. I mean, some people do that here, but not as much as they. It's like in Argentina, mate is like a religion. It's like they worship mate.
In South Chile is kind of mixed up because of the closeness.
Oh, yes, that's a great point. Even here in our country, there might be some different cultures. Well, there actually are different cultures here with the Mapuche, and there's subcultures within within a country too. So the first time I realized I needed to develop this was when I arrived in the United States. How many of you know that in the United States, people don't kiss each other? No, they shake hands and they're very respectful in personal space. So we're not as bad as Argentina. I think Argentinians are a little bit farther down the road. But I got to the US and I wanted to say hello to a girl, and I was going to kiss, and then at first nobody told me that before. I thought English was enough, so I studied a little bit of English. It wasn't as good as it is today, but nobody told me that. So I was like, what happened? They don't like me. I felt rejected, isolated, and that was one of many things that I started noticing. There was a huge difference that were not allowing me to get integrated into the country. So I had a rough time, guys. My first 6 months in the US were difficult. I wanted to come back to Chile, but thankfully my tasting was very diverse. there was Venezuela, Chile, there were two guys from Chile, Brazil, India. So the tennis team was like, okay, you guys, people that were facing the same things. So I had to begin saying, okay, that I had to learn some of these cultural differences. I have to grow in my intercultural competencies, or I'm going to have a rough time relating with people in this country all of my time there. Besides the US, I also got the opportunity, I've been able to travel to many other countries. I got involved with NGOs in the United States, and I also got involved with some Christian mission trips in the US. So I got the opportunity to go to Uganda, Africa, to bring humanitarian relief. I also helped an orphanage, a Christian orphanage. I've been to Jerusalem. I fulfilled my life dream to get in a camel. My goodness, that was a great dream. Well, there's no Uganda because I went to Iraq to Turkey, but in Iraq they wouldn't allow us to take any pictures, so I don't have it to show. But I did go to Iraq. And in these cultures, so I have, through my traveling and through my getting to know other people from different cultures, I really become a fan of culture. I love culture. I love trying different foods. I love seeing how people relate. Do you know that in Iraq, if you do this to somebody, if you show the part here of your shoe to somebody, that's like the worst offense that you can tell them. That's like bad if you do this. So that people don't sit down like this there. Because if there's somebody there, you're like cursing them. You're like saying something very bad. So at the beginning, I'm like, oh, I gotta watch where my feet are gonna put. You cannot get into somebody's house with shoes. That's also an offense to them. So all of these things that you have to learn, you have to study, and you have to prepare when you travel abroad, that are very necessary. Now, what are intercultural and global competence, and why are they so important? I want to give you some concepts because we need to know what it is so we can intentionally develop them. You don't develop this just by going to another culture or meeting somebody from another country. You have to intentionally grow in this. So that's why you need to know what they are. And here is a definition of what they are. And I put them in a table comparing them with global competencies. So intercultural competence is the ability to interact effectively and appropriately with people from different cultures. Very easy, straightforward. They involve being culturally aware, having empathy, respect for diversity, and communication skills. Here's an example. Adaptive communication style when working with a colleague from a different cultural background. If you talk to somebody from Jordan, which I met a lot of people from Jordan, they scream a lot. Hello, Jose! From Jordan. For us, that's like, hey, man, take it easy. In Chile, we are more chill. We're like, no. We're like secret agents. We were not too loud. So anyways, if you want to maybe have a good relationship with somebody from Jordan, you're in a business meeting, maybe you have to raise up your voice a little bit. Hello! Hello! Might feel a little bit weird at the beginning, but that might actually help the conversation, might help the flow, might help the building trust part. So that's an example. Then we have global competencies, which are, they include intercultural competencies, but they are larger because it's a capacity to analyze the global and intercultural issues, understand different perspectives, and engage in open, respectful interaction with others. So this is basically understanding that we are global citizens. Oh my goodness, my English is a little rusty. But I said it. And what we do locally impacts the global. Global competencies is being aware of issues like climate change, like migration, and these things that involve us working together to solve some things. that can be addressed just for one country. This is global competencies and is also very key to development. All right, now I want to get really practical with why it's important to grow in these things, and what are some of the harms that can be created if you don't develop. Okay, so the main thing that happens, okay, when you don't develop this, is that it's a thing called arbitrary discrimination, which is the act of exclusion or unequal treatment based on prejudice. That's also a kind of hard word to say. Prejudice. So, how are prejudices formed in our minds? They are created by stereotypes, which are the overgeneralized mental images about a person or a group. I'm going to explain some of what this means in the next slide. So I'm just going to explain the concept. So prejudices are when stereotypes lead to value judgments about people or groups, they become prejudices, and then comes the discrimination. So this begins in our minds with thoughts about somebody that's different, which turns into an attitude, a behavior, which turns into an action of discriminating and saying, you are really offensive. I don't want anybody yelling at me. Gentleman from Jordan, I don't want to do business with you until you get your tone down. This is not good. That is discrimination, because I think that speaking loud means that you really like it, and that's discrimination. So I'm going to give you an example. Okay, I chose our own culture because I don't want to speak bad about another culture. So the news, especially with the US and all these deaths that have happened in the US lately from Chileans, have been saying that the Chileans are thieves. You know, that's something that the news are saying. Some news for everybody. Okay, so if I go to the United States and somebody just heard the news today, all Chileans are thieves, and they're here I come, the Chilean. So somebody let this thought enter their minds. It became a stereotype, and now I am meeting somebody from the United States that has a stereotype of mine, and they feel a little defensive. I mean, they start putting their phone really deep on their pockets, and they're like, hello, how are you? Very defensive, lack of trust. And then this defensiveness and lack of trust turns into an action. I'm not going to do business with this guy. I'm not going to invite him over to dinner because he might take everything with him. It's going to be a very expensive dinner. So this stereotype is harming a potential business collaboration, a potential friendship, a potential, put many things there. Where did it begin? It began with a thought. Is this thought true? Come on, guys. No, it's not true. We're not finished. That's a lie. Because some people did a criminal act, doesn't mean that we are all dead. When I went to Iraq, I was really scared, guys. You know what? You know why? Because I've watched news about terrorism and Middle East all my life. So I was in the airplane, landing in Baghdad, and I was like, what's happening? Why am I feeling this way? And I'm like, I thought that somebody was going to kill me any moment. I was like, is somebody going to point a gun in my hand? Okay, I'm done. And I started asking myself, why am I feeling like this? I don't want to feel like this. I came to help two people here. I don't want to be feeling like they're going to kill me. This is no good. So I had to deal with this stereotype in my mind, and I almost got a panic attack on the airplane. Anybody panic attack? You see a panico? You feel like you're gonna die. It's like, I feel like that on the air that I had to say, Jose, you know, what I do a lot is I do self-talk. It's like, Jose, you're gonna be fine. They're not all terrorists. It's just a few of them, and you're not gonna be there. So I started to speak to myself, do some self-talk, and my body, my heart began pumping a little bit slower. I was like, okay, you're gonna be good. They're gonna love you. You're gonna play soccer with them. You're gonna eat wonderful Iraqi food. It's gonna be great. And I started feeling better. And I actually was able to relate very good. Of course, I was only there for a couple of weeks, but still, I had to deal with that thought. And some of you are gonna have to deal when you meet somebody from another culture. You're gonna have to deal with thoughts that you're not aware of, and this is the key. Most of these thoughts and things that we have, we're not aware of them until we are exposed to that other culture. So you might think, oh, I don't have any stereotypes of anybody. I think people are great, cultures are great. I love culture, I love the world. Yeah, that's what you might think, but there might be the possibility that you might actually have, I want to assure you that you have stereotypes in your head that need to be dismantled. And they get dismantled when you say, I'm going to grow in cultural competencies and I'm going to skillfully relate to other people. Why? Well, I don't want to get really technical, but you have to know things, you have to develop behaviors, and also you have to do things and to develop intercultural competencies. And there's a list of them. I won't read them all. I don't want to. It's too technical here. I just want to build an appetite for you to say, I really think this is important. I'm going to be more mindful of this. This might actually help me in the future. This is my purpose of today. I'm going to finally say to you, how has this helped me in my life? This is a picture here in the university, but this here is actually an investor. He came to the Araucanía because he wanted to invest the money. And I was the interpreter and I walked with him to meet some really important business leaders here in the Araucanía. And they called me because I lived 8 years in the US, and whenever they were having meetings, they were not connecting with this investor and they really needed his money. So it's like, hey, let's get Jose. He speaks in English, knows the culture. So I went for him to many places, and he actually helped a farm that was bankruptcy to get out of bankruptcy. It's an organic blueberry farm where I actually ended up working there. I worked in the exports and imports department. And all of this opportunity happened because I really know the US culture. I really know that these guys, for example, if you tell them you're going to be there at 6 o'clock, you're going to be there at 5:55. You're 1 minute late. You're done. You're done. I know that if you're going to have a meeting with somebody from the US, you cannot give them Nescafe. They don't like that. They like good coffee. They don't have Nescafe. You get little things that can mess up a huge millionaire business deal that can really be helpful for you or for another company. So a lot of little things that involves knowing the culture and being aware of these things. And that's an example. And I have many examples, but I'm going to give a current one. We recently, here in the university, we got a grant, 100K grant, that allow us to send 18 people to Kansas City, and we received 18 people here. And all of this grant happened because we got a call from the United States that we wanted to work with you guys. We are seeing this grant, and our office, that is the reason that we exist here in the university, was able to carry this forward, was able to build trust with a university that we didn't know. And over the course of time, of talking and meetings and these things like that, we were able to put up a proposal, a project that ended up giving us lots of money. I didn't get any of that money, but the university got that money, and we got to get some good scholarships and opportunities for students that had an amazing experience. So, all of my examples are related to US culture because that's the culture that I'm most familiar with. But this has really helped me in my career, in my profession. And you don't have, the good news today, you don't have to travel too far to begin developing this. You can study, you can begin studying culture. You can begin, if you see somebody from another culture, volunteer, I'll help you. See somebody lost in the streets, I'll help you. I want to know how you do this. I want to try the way that you prepare spaghetti. I want to try that way. You gotta get out of your comfort zone and try things that are different and that are gonna grow in you these abilities that can serve your personal life and are gonna serve you in your future workplace, career, wherever you're gonna be. So, summary, guys, I encourage you to grow in cultural competencies, confront stereotypes in your mind that are not true, studying, asking questions, confronting those emotions that might rise up when you meet somebody from another culture, and do things that can help you do it because you're going to need them today in your next steps when you begin working. Because we live in a globalized and a multicultural world. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it.
Now, are there any questions or comments on what you think of this presentation?
Any questions?
No? No? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your my question is about this cultural speech, because it is a cultural speech that you need to develop when you're facing different cultures, right? So, because you mentioned, for example, curiosity, so if you see someone from a different culture, a foreign person, you can have to go forward, take the first step, right? What other ways would you suggest our students to take to develop this switch?
Yeah, curiosity is a big thing. If I were to add a second one that might be good, especially when you are starting, is to be brave. Actually, so it's to have courage, and courage, it means that you are okay with not being okay sometimes. So, for example, the first time somebody from India invited me over to their house, they didn't have any silverware on the table. No forks, no knives. I was like, okay, where's the silverware? How would I do this? I mean, it's rice with chicken. It's like and then I waited, and he started eating with the hands, because guess what? They don't use silverware in India. They eat with the hands. So, okay. So instead of saying, like, shutting down in that moment, I'm okay with not being okay. You gotta surrender the right to be right. Other people do it differently. I'm gonna try it out, when I wash my hands first. But let's try this way. And there's a bunch of things there that, it required just be brave, be okay with not being okay, and knowing this is a third thing, that there is other ways, about doing things. Our way is not the only way. There might be others that actually do that. So, yeah. Any more questions?
I think we are done with the question. Thank you very much. And now we invite for a little bit. So okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, to close the second edition of the English and Business Day, we invite Ms. Elisa Sepulveda Valeria, academic from the Language Center and coordinator of this event, to give her closing remarks. Please come forward, Ms. Elisa.
All right, guys, don't worry, this won't take too long. It's been a long, very interesting morning, and I'm very happy to see you all here. Thank you all for coming and for being part of this event. I really appreciate the fact that some of you wanted to, maybe not wanted, but actually stepped down and presented your videos. That was awesome, okay? So I congratulate for being brave. Well, this event is part of an initiative of José Miguel and the Centro de Idiomas, okay? Because we want to encourage you, okay? We want to encourage you to be like more curious, as the previous presenter said, okay? We want to encourage you to learn English not only because it's a subject part of your program, but also because it's something that you can use in the future to travel, to study, to meet other people, to know more about other cultures, okay? So that's what we wanted to show you here. And if you, I don't know, saw the presentation of Tere, for example, she unfortunately missed a very good job opportunity because she didn't know English. But that turned out to be something very positive because at the end, she had the chance of going to another country, to study English, and now she's living in Australia. So hopefully some of you will do something similar, or maybe do a PhD in another country, and that's the reason why we do this, okay? So we want to see the future of you, your future careers, and that's it. I mean, thank you for being here, and hopefully I'll see you again next year.
The Business Administration Program at the Language Center of Universidad Católica de Temuco, thank you for your presence and attention. We invite everyone to enjoy a cup of coffee and take a look at the poster showcasing some of the work done by students from English 1 and English 2.
Also, in the cover photo, there is an entrepreneur's fair that we warmly encourage you to visit. Thank you very much for attending, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the event.